Okay, hi, City Ambassadors. This recording is to help you. I'm going to be doing this every month, and this is for February's training, and Walter is going to be the first City Ambassador that will do this training. And so I'm going to give you some tips, and I'm going to walk through the PowerPoint, and each time I'll do some side notes, so it'll help you do the presentation the best for you. So I trust this is going to work out perfect for you, and so let's get started. So the first time, the first 15 minutes, no matter whether it's an evening training or a breakfast training, the first 15 minutes I suggest have this screen up. Welcome. And every so often mention, welcome, welcome to the Ambassador Training. Order your breakfast and ensure you, before everybody comes, you should probably ask the venue, is the 15 gratuity included, just so you can mention it too. And if the answer is yes, and you say, order your breakfast, and I just want to let everybody know that the gratuity is already going to be included on your bill. And if the venue does not, for some reason, have the gratuity in the bill, then let them know. The waitress is going to work very hard for this event because we have so many people here. Make sure you tip them well and that sort of thing. So I would keep this first PowerPoint up for the first 15 minutes. And then once it's 15 minutes into the meeting, then you will go into the next one and say, welcome to the Ambassador Training. And you can say the quote that's on the screen. Look at life through the windshield, not the rearview mirror. A great quote I love to say. You can add something personal there if you like. And then you go into the next screen and you talk about the format. Format of meeting, we already did the 9 to 9, or if it's a breakfast. If it's in the evening, then the time would be different. But the first 15 minutes is order your food. Then we're going to do introductions. And then we're going to do some training. And the last half hour, you'll have a chance to network with each other and get to know each other on more of a personal level. So let's have some fun. And then move in to say, have the bin for the business cards. Did everybody put their cards in? Because Make Your Mark's going to pay for someone's meal today. Whether it's breakfast or dinner or whatever it is, make sure you put your card in. And then you'll leave that alone. You just want to make sure that they have their card in and get them excited. The higher your energy is, the higher their energy will go. If you stay at their level, the chances their level of energy will go down. You always have to, just bring up the energy. And sometimes when you in your binder that I created, there would be some, what was it called? Sort of state changes, I think is what I put in there. Is basically I'm just going to see if I can find it. Yeah, wake up and state changes. When you feel the energy is too low, you are in control of what the energy can be at and when you need to do below. High five or body stretches or give somebody a hug or whatever it is. If you got some fun music and you want to put on a song, be happy, don't worry, whatever it is, get the energy up high. That is in your control, nobody else's. Okay, so you're going to go to the business card draw slide, and then you're going to leave that alone. Then you're going to introduce yourself. So this is Walter's slide. So who is Walter? And he's going to say, I'm your city ambassador for Alberta. Anytime you can't get a hold of home office or you have any questions, you come to me. And then he says who he is. I'm entrepreneurial mindset, started in junior high. And he will go through each point of who he is. And then now it's everybody's attendee that is attending. Now you go, well, tell us who you are. So here's what we're going to do. Each of you will take 30 seconds and only 30 seconds. This is really important when it's a large group. Because think about it. When you have 30 people, and if they all took a minimum of a minute, that's 30 minutes. You only have 15 minutes max slotted for this time. So that's why it's 30 seconds. And many networking events will want it short and sweet. So it's really good for them to really use their words to create something that's short and sweet. And so then, when you go, each of you take 30 seconds, only 30 seconds, and you go, how many? You want to make sure that they get it, only 30 seconds. Now, there are times when if it's a very small, like less, like 15 people or something, where you can say, because we're a small group, you can take 45 seconds. You can say something like that if you want. So then you're going to say your name, where are you from, what are you an expert in, and keep it to 30 seconds. And then the best thing to do is pick someone. You don't usually say, oh, who wants to go first? Because most people don't want to go first. So just say, Tammy, will you start on my left? And then we'll go around the room. And then once everybody's that, often when that happens, I'll sort of make, oh wow, that's really cool, like sort of some little really neat, you know, like nod and really pay attention to that person that's talking. And then creating the excitement again. Are you ready to learn? You have to demand an answer. If everybody's like, yeah, I'm ready to learn, then you got to demand. Really? Like, it doesn't sound like you're ready to learn. Like, you've got to create that excitement and get them. Am I ready to learn? Yes, I'm ready to learn. Okay, awesome. You wait until you get that good response. And then you go through this slide, ambassador training. We're going to go through the ambassador program versus a star rewards program. Now, you as a city ambassador really have to make sure you understand the star rewards program, because you will get questions at ambassador training. So we're going to go through ambassador program versus star rewards program, how to be successful in the program. We're going to go through some education time, and then we've all got some networking time to get to know each other. So let's go on and have some fun. Ambassador program versus the star reward program. I'm going to show you the difference of the actual ambassador program versus the star rewards program that started January 1st, 2018, and it runs till December 31st, 2018. So I want to show you briefly what's in it for you. And I like this. Let's do a drum roll, because that's another way of creating some little excitement. Get everybody to do a drum roll. And if you find the drum roll is quiet, then demand, let's do a drum roll. Like, you, again, you are in control of the energy when you are in the front of the room. So drum roll. So then you can say, by attending this ambassador training, you're already going to receive 2 stars for any of you that are just starting this program. For each ambassador training you attend, you're going to get 2 stars. Now, the way for home office to know that you get 2 stars is by signing in. So at the bottom, it says, always ensure you sign in. This is how you are rewarded the 2 stars today. If you haven't signed in, make sure you do. And then go into this. The red and white tickets, the ambassador program, those red and white tickets were created for you as a tool, for you as an ambassador, for a tool that you can share who Make Your Mark is. So with the ambassador program, each business person you have that attends the 2-hour event that we do, and you can even ask, how many of you have attended the 2-hour event? And you can even ask, how many of you have never attended the 2-hour event? Because there may be some ambassadors that have not done that yet. If they have not, highly, highly, highly encourage them to attend. Because it is tough to come from a place of experience if you've never attended. So you want them to attend. So you explain that every guest you have that comes to the 2-hour event that is attached to you as an ambassador, you will receive $20. And just so you know, city ambassadors, we pull the report. Let's say, where are we now? January. So for January 20th, we pull a report, and that will take care of the previous month, December. That's sort of how it works for us to be able to. So we're always a month, best way to think about it, we're kind of always a month behind. We're always paying for the previous month. So in case ambassadors ask, oh, I had somebody attend last week, when am I going to get paid? That'll be in the following month's report. So they, as an ambassador, you're going to go through that. You will receive, for the 2-hour event, you have guests that attend that are attached to you, you will receive $20 per person. Now, of course, it's Make Your Mark is for entrepreneurs, business owners. So you want business owners who are either thinking about a business or are in business and they just want to get to the next level for themselves. That's where you want to send them. Now, for each person, for the Star Rewards program, you're going to receive 1 star. Then the ambassador program, when you have people that attend Business Mastery and they decide to purchase as an ambassador, what you will get is 10% of any of the Sherpa packages and 10% of the Quantum Trainer that people purchase from the 3-day event. And for any of you that are new here, that's the event that you just attended this week, if it's at the breakfast, Business Mastery. Now, for having people that will do either a Sherpa package or Quantum Trainer, you're going to receive, through the Star Rewards program, 10 stars. And then you go through anyone that you refer who purchase Best Mindset only, know that the ambassador program doesn't pay out for that, but through the Star Rewards program, you're going to receive 5 points for each person that you have purchase Best Mindset. So that's pretty awesome. And then the most leveraged, let's say, part of the ambassador program is when you refer Make Your Mark to an association, a conference, an event that needs a keynote speaker, or an education session. Through the Star Rewards program, you are going to get 25 stars for 50 to 99 people that attend that event, and you're going to get 50 stars for 100 or more. Now, this is a lot of leverage because also you're going to get previously slides, on the slide previously, you were going to be the ambassador for that entire event. So imagine those people that go through Business Master, all you had to do was the introduction. And you can, of course, say, if you have any questions on that, come and see me. And I'm going to give you the contact information for Make Your Mark a little bit later in the slides, so that if you have any questions about the leverage side, which is called Heart Connections, by referring Make Your Mark to an association or a conference. And then what could you do with the extra income through the ambassador program? Well, I'm going to give you some ideas what other ambassadors do. And here it is. Some of them put their money towards their Sherpa business package themselves. So every month their ambassador helps pay off their package sooner. Some of them put towards their car payment. You know, you can do whatever you want. We have some people that put it towards their charity. In fact, a lady by the name of Jo, every month she receives, anywhere from $400 to $700 right now. And she puts it to her charity that is totally in her heart. And that's what she does. So, or join Best Mindset. Maybe there's some of you here that finances right now, because you're just starting out, are really tight and you just can't afford to join Best Mindset. The ambassador program can pay for it for you. So when you think about that, then you can join Best Mindset to really help you explode your business. Maybe some of you want to put it towards a family vacation. The great thing is you can do whatever you choose. Excuse me. It's up to you as an ambassador. So some of you already have referral handouts, and side note, city ambassadors, so that we'll be sending, we're going to order a whole bunch of these through Staples in your city that you'll be able to pick up, and then all you have to do is put them into the blue folders, and I'll give you instructions how to do that. We just haven't done that yet, but that's my plan, so you always have a stock with you. So you can say, refer to the blue folders on the table, those of you that have never received one, or actually now that we're starting to do it for Calgary, this will be the second event you'll be doing, Walter, where we've talked about the Star Rewards program. Maybe you don't want to put them on each seat because people that already have them maybe don't need them, or you encourage ambassadors to bring them back, because we're going to be talking about it at every ambassador program to help them stay accountable to where they want to go. That might be a really good thing, is that we start training people. Remember, bring your Star Rewards program information so that if you want to take notes or focus on that, we can do that. So you're going to say in the blue, in the handout, this is the Star Rewards. Always draw them attention to, you've got cash here, you've got education that you can get as a reward, you've got trips, and you can let them know. In the fall, we sent out an ambassador survey. And what we found is there's three areas that people were, when we asked them, what would you like to see in the ambassador program? 3 areas that people said. Free education for people that maybe couldn't afford it. Cash is king. So we got cash, or vacation trips. So we've got all that in this. This was built and geared towards the ambassadors of what they wanted. So as you can see in this Star Rewards, there is a choice of a single 2-day Sherpa. You have 40 stars. You get $1,000 cash for 70 stars. You get $3,000 cash for 200 stars. 7-day all-inclusive vacation for 4 people. Create the excitement for that. You ask them, how many of you want to go on an all-inclusive vacation for 4 people to Mexico? Hello? And if they're not getting excited, you create that excitement. Okay, there's 2 scenarios in here. So you can just show them. Just to give you an example, when you stay focused on your business and you're consistent every month in what you do, your business will explode. This is no different. When you focus on what you want with the Star Rewards program, let's say it's a Mexico trip, you've got to figure out and anytime you want to figure out detail on achieving that Mexico, talk to me. But here's a scenario of if you're networking all the time, how you can achieve the Mexico trip. So on the screen it says, let's say you refer 25 people to the 2-hour event every single month. Let's say only half of them show up. So that's 13 people. You're going to get 156 stars just for that. Now, Make Your Mark is calculated out of that many people, how many you will get that will purchase an elite package, and how many that will purchase Best Mindset. And by attending 10 live ambassador trainings throughout the year, because the ambassador training is going to be different every month. We're going to include some training for you. So bottom line, on the screen, it shows you 361, and point to the numbers so that their eye will go to the 361. Point to the screen. You can see there's 361 points or stars. Mexico Redemption is only 300 stars. So you have 61 extra stars to spare. Now, if you want to use leverage, the best way to achieve these rewards is if you know of a conference or an association that needs a keynote speaker. That is the fastest way and the easiest way to achieve these star rewards. Here's a scenario number 2. If you want the $2,000 cash, you as an ambassador refer 5 people a month. Let's say only 3 of them show up, and you do this consistently. You can see 36 stars you'll receive. We've calculated out how many stars you would get by people purchasing. The bottom line, total points there, which is stars, is 106. For $2,000 cash, for the 90 stars, all you need is 90 stars. Now you got 106, so you have 16 extra points, stars. So you can just get them excited, going, this is achievable. But here's the thing, like anything, when you want to achieve a goal, you must focus on that goal every single month. Every single month. And ask the audience, how many of you network here on a regular basis? Well, this is an added value you can add when you're out networking. And then draw their attention to the tracker sheet that is also in the blue folder. And let them know. What I encourage you to do is put your name, your city, your date. And then you're going to want to know what, this is not the updated one. I'm going to update this one for you guys. Because it does, we added a line in there that says, how many stars they want to achieve. What they want to achieve. Now, on this slide, notice that this is new to you. This form is printable in the ambassador's back office under assets. We've added it so that if they want to print out a whole bunch of sheets to keep them on track, that's what they can do. So let them know that all of about the Star Rewards program is printable under assets when you go into your ambassador account. And then draw their attention to the terms and conditions. Please read this at your convenience, because by reading it, you will fully understand the program. We don't want any miscommunication, or we don't want any of you to go, you think you've achieved something, but you've missed some sort of terms and conditions. So please read them. So draw their attention to that. And then the video, of course, is always a tool. Not sure if we're going to always play this video, but for now, the next few, we may do this, because I think the more people watch, the more times you watch this, sometimes you go, oh, I didn't see that last time. So we'll still play the video. So make sure on your laptop before everybody shows up that it works. Okay. So then you go to the next screen. The most important takeaways on this video: find out their challenge in their business. When you're talking to somebody, what's their biggest challenge? Nothing wrong with even asking them flat out by saying, Tammy, what do you feel is your biggest challenge in your business right now? And have that conversation. Number 2, share this event from your heart and your experience. If you received a gold nugget, and you can give them example. When I went to this 2-hour event, my biggest challenge was sales. And when I heard some of the follow-up tips that happens at this event, it increased my sales. So speak from experience. And of course, number 3, attend with your guests. So if you may notice that I've enhanced that up a little bit. Attend with your guests is always, it just shows your guests that you really believe in the program, is really what happens. And for you, if you attend, you can hear something different. Or if you want to volunteer, you'll learn how we do events if you haven't volunteered before. And then this one is how to register your guests. Go to Knowledge Action Profit. Really always express how important it is for the ambassadors to make sure their success number is on that ticket. If you have to hold up a ticket and say, this little white box is the only way that Make Your Mark can attach people to you when people go to Knowledge Action Profit. Really important. Do not hand out a ticket with nothing on it, because then there's no way the system will attach you with your guests. Very important. Give them a tip. When you have a potential guest in front of you in person, have the website on your phone. You know, years ago when I first started the ambassador program and I used to educate everybody on it, I had ambassadors that would just do that, put it on their phone. And or they'd even just call the office. They would call the office and say, I've got somebody that wants, right here, his name's Tom, and he wants to attend the 2-hour event. I'm going to pass my phone over so he can give you his contact information. And then he would pass the phone over and we would just collect all the information that we needed and register so they can call the office. That's simple enough. We can always take care of that. And even if nobody answers the phone for some reason, absolutely, they leave a message and we can call them back. So then here's the next one is the next 2-hour event is April 4th, and the next Business Mastery is May 9th to 11th, just to give them that as well. And then the upcoming events is, for any time you want to know when the next month ambassador training is because you neglectfully didn't put it in your calendar, or if you want to know when the next 2-hour event or any of Make Your Marks events, make sure you memorize this website, SherpaCourses.com. That's where they can see all the events in every city that we do. So they really should memorize that website. It's pretty simple. Colin's a Sherpa, so Sherpa Courses, right? Okay, powerful networking. So now you can say we're going to go into the education part, powerful networking. Here's what we call the WIN strategy, W-I-N. This is what it stands for. And you can even start saying, you guys should start bringing notebooks because you're going to learn something at every single ambassador training. So bring notebooks. Where are you hanging out? We're going to go through, are you hanging out at the right place? I did a speaking event in Toronto a couple of years ago, and I remember training on this. I haven't trained on it for a while. And one lady, when we went through this process, she looked at me, she goes, I've just realized I've been hanging out at the wrong places. My clientele is not where I'm hanging out. My goodness. Thankfully, she recognized that, so she went to where she's hanging out. So where are you hanging out? What is your intentions when you go there, or even previously to go there? You've all been through Business Mastery. You know how what you think about expands, what you focus on expands. What you think about will show up. Like your intentions. What are your intentions? And we're going to go through need a message. So here we go. First question to everybody. What does networking mean to you and your business? Why don't you just partner up? So find a partner. So this is where you got to make sure everybody has a partner. And you will ask, is there anybody in this room that does not have a partner? And tip for you is you would want to go around and make sure two, that you're a pretty even number. If you're not an even number, you can say, okay, partner up with 3 people, if that's the case. But make sure everybody's taken care of because you don't want anyone to feel left out, right? So ask them to partner up and then share with each other what does networking mean to you, to you and your business. And then you leave them alone for a little bit. You wander around and see if anybody has any questions. And when you feel everybody's done, this should only take like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. When you feel everyone's done, get their attention, put your hand up. Everybody knows that, put your arm up, from Business Mastery. So you'll want to do this first, and if they're not seeing you or listening, then you want to, can I have your attention, please? Okay, and then what you're going to do is, I think it's the next one. No, okay, sorry. Then what you're going to do, I'll put another slide in there, say, who would like to share? So I'll put it, I'm just going to make myself a note. Who would like to share? Because here's what I noticed. Ambassadors love to have some interaction because we do that with all our seminars. So having interaction. So who would like to share what network means to them? And then ask the room. And then when somebody puts up their hand or whatever, direct them, okay, Tom, why don't you share? They share. And then somebody else might want to share. And then after that's done, then you're going to go, okay, thank you, partner, high five. Because again, you got to bring up that energy. That's the reason for this kind of things. Thank you, partner, and high five. Okay, so then you wait till that sort of, it only takes 30 seconds. Oh, there it is. I'm going to put that slide in front of the high five. Okay, so we'll do that. So who wants to share? What does networking mean to you? And then you're going to go in. Where to hang out? Okay, you are building your business and time is valuable for you. Results from all events you attend must positively impact you financially. That's why you belong to networking events. If you do, is because you want to build your business. And building your business means financial reward. Make a list. Take time right now to make a list of all the different places that you have and or you can gain networking opportunities. So let's take a moment to make a list where you are hanging out right now, or maybe where you want to hang out. So just let's take a couple of minutes to do that. So take a couple of minutes for everybody to do that. You might have a couple of questions. Just answer the question. Then once you feel it's done, which should really only take, again, another 4 minutes, go to the next slide. It is great to have places to network. However, you want to ensure your potential client is hanging out there. That's the most important part. Write down what is your avatar, maybe on another piece of paper or below what you've already written down. Like, you really have to sometimes guide them what to do. Write down what your avatar is for your business. Write down everything you know about them. What is their age? What is their sex? Are they married? Are they single? Are they what is their what is their children, ages, education, size of business, location? Whatever you know, think about your best client that you want more of. Who are they? Take some time to do that. So give them another 4 minutes to do that. Okay, so then when they're done, then you ask them, now take a look at your networking list, and you look at your avatar list. Circle the best places out of all your networking events that you can see your avatar is going to be at. So circle the networking events that you can see that your avatar hangs out at, and give them a moment to do that, probably 2 minutes. And then you ask, who would like to share? And when I say share, are you hanging out at the right places? Did this exercise sort of open your eyes to anything? Who would like to share? And then you get them to share. And then you thank them for, forgot. After every time somebody is shared, thank them, and even better yet, applaud. Just like we do at all our seminars, because that creates up the energy. And if you're finding their applause is a golf clap, then you say, okay, people, and that sounded like a golf clap. Let's give Tim a round of applause for sharing. Thank you. Okay, so make sure you do that. And then go into, what are your intentions? And these are intentions. What your intentions should be is go with a giving attitude when you go out networking. What can you give before you receive? The more you give, the more God in the universe knows that they want to give you, because you're giving. So then they will give you more to receive. B, to say to yourself, how can I assist the people I meet? When you become the person, how can I assist? You will eventually become the resource person. So how can I assist people that I meet? C, to connect with 1 or 2 solid leads. You do not go to a networking event with 50 people and think all 50 are going to be your client. Because here's the thing. The basic rule still applies. People will do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. The only way people get to know, like you, and trust you is by you talking to them, asking them questions so they feel like you get to know them, and go back and forth. Never just talk for 5 minutes about yourself, because you want that person in front of you to feel connected to you. And the way they will do that is by asking questions and listening. So you may only have 1 or 2 solid leads, and that's all you need. You need to focus on that. Show passion, confidence, and use simple language. They say you should always use grade 5 level. Reason being, if you use these big, huge words and people are looking at you and they have no idea what the word means, it's not going to help them get to know you, because now they're going to feel like they're not smart enough. They don't even know what you're talking about. So use grade 5 level. Show up consistently. Be on time and be committed. Now, city ambassadors, throw in some personal experience in this, in any training, what you've experienced. Show up consistently, be on time, be committed. I've often said, when I first started networking, I would show up just on time. I would walk in just enough time where I'd find a seat and sit down, and then the event would start. Because I felt, quite frankly, too shy. I didn't know how to network effectively. I had to figure it out. And that took time. Now, if somebody pulled me aside and told me how to network effectively, I tell you that would have been so much easier. And this is why we're going through this training, because there are people that will go out networking and have no idea how to do it effectively. So you want to show up consistently, because that's how people get to know you. When you show up consistently, people start to get to know you. They start to like you. They start to trust you. And eventually they'll start to do business with you. So show up consistently. Never go and go, I didn't get anything out of that first time you were there. First time, people need to trust you first. It's just a fact. So be on time and be committed. Show your leadership, your credibility, and impression. Go there. And here's what I used to do. So here's a side note for what I used to do. And I would say to everybody, what I used to do to help me for my, before I learned a lot about mindset, excuse me, I would go to a networking event and I would pretend like I was the hostess of the event. So then I would go up to people when I just saw them walk around. Hi, my name is Cheryl. I haven't seen you. Oh, maybe I'm new there. So I would ask them, are you new here? Is this the first time, or how many times have you been here? And many times they'll go, oh, first time. And I'll go, me too, first time. So, just start talking to them. How many other networking events do you go to a week? What is it you do? And just listen. I'm curious. I'm going through some challenges in my own business, and I want to find out from you, because I've been asking a lot of people the same question. What is your biggest challenge in your business right now? And then that's, where it can lead to giving them added value of sharing the red and white tickets. Because when they even ask the audience, city ambassadors, you can always ask, how many of you were referred to make your mark by somebody else? Awesome. Now, aren't you thankful for that? Yeah. Can you imagine when you're sharing it with somebody else? They're going to be so thankful for that. So you can bring that in. And then, of course, the last one, dress for success. People, you have like 10 seconds when people first meet you. They naturally are going to judge you. They're going to judge you on your success. They're just naturally going to go, oh, there's a successful person. Or, maybe not so much. Or, I like that person's energy, or whatever it is. They can't help themselves. People naturally judge. So dress for success. You go in there with confidence, dress for success, like you know what you're doing. People are attracted to that. Okay. My favorite saying, people don't care what you know until they know you care. It's as simple as that. Care for people. It's about them, not you. When you go to networking events to get clients and build your business, it is about the prospects in the room, not you. People will just, when you care about them, when they feel like you care, they will gravitate to you. Now, here's some rules. Some rules, and when you're out networking, is don't mention your company's name and explain why, city ambassadors. And here's what I would say. For an example, when I go out networking and I see somebody has their realtor and their logo's on there, or they say they're from whichever real estate, I naturally go, oh, I know so many realtors. So I'm saying when you don't mention your company's name, the people, the attendees can't judge you yet because they don't know what you do, okay? Don't mention your product or service. And we're going to go through what you should mention. No titles. ABC, letters after your name. To the average person, they don't even understand what that is. To the average person. So it's more about your ego than anything. And yes, it's your credibility and what you've done. Absolutely. I don't want to take that away. But remember, it's about them, not you. That's how you're going to build your business faster. So let's, and no logo appear, because people will judge you. If they see financial advisor and they network all the time, like financial advisor, realtors, I think are the top two that are out networking. So people will judge you immediately. Oh, I already know somebody. And they won't even open up to get to know you better, because maybe you are the perfect realtor or perfect financial advisor for them, right? Here's a message formula. Now, encourage everybody to take a picture of this slide, message formula, because this gives them the bone of really what to do. Ask a qualified question in your message formula and say again, I'm going to give you an example. So ask a qualified question, pain-hitting paragraphs, meaning find out for your business what your clients, why are your clients coming to see you? What is their biggest pain? So really, why are they coming to see you? What is that? Process and intrigue. You want to intrigue people to come and talk to you. So there's many times at a networking event, you will get 30 seconds or 60 seconds to say who you are, and this is your message formula. Close and call to action. That's important because you got to close them up when you're saying who you are and what you do or what you have to offer without giving away your name of business and that sort of thing. Call to action. Now they're going to go, I need to come and talk to you. So you want to monetize your networking. This is what comes down to. So here we go. Here's an example. Message formula example. How many, and demand this, how many of you are business owners? Now, for you, City Ambassador, if you do not get people putting up their hand, then you ask again, how many of you in this room are business owners? And you can even let the ambassadors know. Have you noticed I asked you twice? The reason I did that is the first time nobody responded. So I was demanding the response by asking a second time. And you, when you're out networking, you could say to the attendees, when you're out networking, that's what you want to do as well. If you're not getting a response, you demand a response. If you just go, how many of you are business owners and nobody's put up their hand and you keep going, who are you talking to? Now you don't even know who you're talking to. But when you demand how many of you are business owners and now you see 5 people put up their hands, those are the people who you're going to talk to. And those are the people that you should remember who put their hands up because those are the ones that obviously could be your avatar. So you know what, and this is what Make Your Mark has said at the beginning. You know what fascinates me is how many business owners are earning less than they would in a job. They are super embarrassed of their situation and the lack of money in their bank account. Plus, it's starting to negatively impact on their relationship with their loved ones. That's what most of our avatar, you can say, that's most of Make Your Mark's avatar. That's their pain point right there. And then you can go into what you have. I have a step-by-step process that I would like to share with you to have you earn the money you want and have your relationships back on track. Here's a call to action. If you want to know how to do this, come speak to me before you leave this meeting today. There you go. Take a picture of that. Okay. Now, here's what's happening during the event. I just need to see what time it is. During the event. Here are the key things to do during an event. Take a notebook, sticky notes, take detailed notes of who's in the room, who you need to know. I used to always take a little tiny notebook that was about this big from the dollar store in my purse. And every time I went to a network, I'd pull it out and I would write little notes. So present first. If you have an opportunity, if somebody wants to say, who wants to go first, then present first if the opportunity arises. Listen intently to others and write down notes about them and be thinking, how can I assist them? Assistance can be many things. Using their service, referring their service to others. Maybe you know somebody in your family or friends or somebody that could use their service. Linking them up with somebody you know outside the group. Just be creative. A book. It could be a book. It could be a seminar. It could be anything. Anything. You can even ask them right now, what is it in your life that you are looking to source out or in need? Maybe I know somebody I can refer you to. Whatever it is. Ensure you chat with them before they leave the event. If more than 2 people, then focus on the ones that chat to you and send a detailed email after the event to the others with personal information. When I used to network, I always made sure I had pockets. And in my right side would always be the right clients, meaning those were my hot leads, people I needed to speak to right away. So those would go in my right pocket, and the ones that weren't so urgent for me would go in my left pocket. And so that I knew as soon as I came back from the event, I needed to focus on the people that were in my right pocket. Leave your cell phone or other distractions in your car. If you do not need your phone, don't turn it off. Because any bing little buzz or vibrate is going to take your attention, and now you're just naturally going to want to check it. Nothing can be that important while you are networking. Focus on your business. When it's your turn to present, ask a question to see who is interested about your topic. So again, how many of you are business owners? Here, demand a response. Raise your hand and get them to raise their hands. Demand the response. Once the hands are raised, scan the room and remember who raised their hand so that you can talk to them during the networking part of the meeting or after. If nobody raises a hand, ask another question until you get the group engaged and some hands go up. Maybe if you're at an event and there's no business owners, then you may need to have a second question that you would ask. How many of you feel pain in your back? I don't know, whatever it is. You need to come up with your second question if nobody raises their hands. Do not be silly about this. Key part to networking and the most critical part to achieving results. And then ask, okay, what did you learn from today? Ask them. Somebody says something, okay, awesome, thank you for sharing. Round of applause, please. What else did you learn today? Somebody will say something, okay, awesome, thank you for sharing. That's great, I'm so happy for you. Round of applause. What else? Who else learned something here today? So take about 3 or 4 and see how it goes. Some people might keep going, but you just watch your time. Now then ask, now who has some tips to share with this, about this topic, about networking and what to do at network? Who has some tips? Sharing and learning together is awesome. So then allow this time to open it up to everybody else. People love to share. And then here's the PowerPoint. Who is the lucky winner? You're going to draw a winner. And then you're going to say, okay, well, this is Walter's slide. So Walter, here, we'll say, here's my email. If for a home office, the ambassador program, there's the email A and B. For leverage, heart connections and make your mark, it's heart connections with an S. Let them know they can take a picture of that slide. Gratitude group if you want to volunteer, and the make your mark's local phone number and the toll-free number. Just make sure that they have all of this and encourage it. Put it in your phone. Because throughout the time, you may have a question about the ambassador program. Then you can email me or call me. And you may want to get a hold of home office. So make sure all this contact is in your phone. And then the ambassador webinar. One that's coming up is February 23rd. This is for Walter's time, 10 to 11. We will go through on this webinar why the ambassador program was started. We'll go through training you on your back office as an ambassador. Understanding the leverage opportunity in the ambassador program. An opportunity to ask questions. So let them know about that. They should be getting an email. Actually, this will go out to the new ambassadors. Maybe we'll do up a sign-up sheet. Let me think about that. We might do we might do up you can sign up sheet. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I'll add a sign-up sheet so that when you come to the slide, you can say, those of you that are not brand new, go to the sign-up sheet so that we can make sure that Make Your Mark sends you the link for this ambassador webinar. That might be the best thing. Pass it around. Next ambassador training. Okay, right now it's blank because when I created this, I was at home. So I'll have this updated, of course, Walter. So then there will be a slide. Next ambassador training is, put it in your calendar now so you've got it. It's going to be at this location, this time. And then you open it up to networking. Thank you all for coming. Now it's networking time. Get to know each other. I'm looking forward to getting to know you more. And don't forget to pay your bill. Actually, I'm going to add that slide in. Bill for food. Here's another side note. When you get there, probably best thing to do is, what I've noticed doing a few of these, is let the waiter or waitress know to bring the bills in right after the food. That way, people don't leave early, forget to pay bill. It happened in Toronto, a couple of people forgot. It's just simple that way. Just get them to take care of their bills right away. So I'll put a slide in there to remind you, and then you get into the networking time. And that is really it. I'm trusting this helps you. Give me some feedback. I'm always open to feedback. I don't take anything personally. I'm learning just like you on how to evolve this whole ambassador program. And of course, the more we evolve the program, the more it's a win-win for you. And that's what I want. I want, I'm all about passive income. This is such a great passive income opportunity. At the beginning, you've got to work a lot harder for a little pay, but in the long run, it's, you can work for, you know, some nice pay. So know that that is coming. We're all new. I'm new as well in this, building this what we're doing hasn't been done before. So in a sense of really doing what we're doing and how we're doing it. So again, always open. So I want to thank you, and make sure you practice, because practice is how you understand a little more. And if anything feels awkward, let me know. All right. So I'm going to end this now, and yeah, mwah, love you all.